Alrighty, good morning everyone. Hope you are well. Hope you are having amazing workshops and your workshops are running well. Two W's there, right? So, today's video is all about a topic that you don't care about, but I really do. And that topic is the topic of scaffolding. Now, there are a number of topics in the training world that people will go, that's not sexy. I want to know the secret to doing X, Y, Z. But here's the deal, folks. I'm going to talk to you about one of the most fundamental skills of all training. And it's kind of like if I take you to a building site and I don't train you on how to use a hammer, but I expect you to build a house. You'd be like, dude, you haven't trained me on the basic tools. I need to learn how to use a hammer. All right. And here's the deal, right? A lot of times people in the training world, there'll be a big divide between trainers and teachers and trainers. We're not them, they're not us, we're different, we're special. Yes, we are, we're special. We're teachers, we've been doing it for 20, 30 years. Or trainers, oh, don't call me a teacher, that's boring, right? Now, all of that aside for a second, right? Now, I do these videos quite regularly, and I really want to share with trainers and, entrepreneurs, ultimately, the skills, the tactics to run effective workshops, right? And people come to me and say, oh, I want to get over my nerves, or I want great time management, which is great, and definitely you need that. But there is one underlying skill that most people ignore that kind of gives me the shits, which is scaffolding. All right, you probably want to grab a pen and write that down. Scaffolding. What is it, folks? Scaffolding. Right now, I'm actually outside right now, and I'm seeing some scaffolding. Right? So it's kind of apt. Now, the thing is with scaffolding, basically, it is the structure that holds people's confidence together. I'll say it again. It's a structure that holds people's confidence together. Now, if there's no structure to what you're actually teaching, then people are not going to grow in confidence to do what you're asking them to do. And also, as part of that, when someone is sort of their confidence is diluted, there is less chance they're going to stay in the game. I'll say it again. There is less chance they're going to stay in the fucking game. Excuse the language, but the lack of teaching around scaffolding just amazes me. It really does. Really does, right? So here's the deal. An example of scaffolding is the following, right? Ultimately, it's the at the core of it, it is the ability of the trainer to effectively increase difficulty one increment at a time. You see, if you pop someone in an activity that's beyond their comfort zone too soon, then their confidence is going to crash, and then you need to build them back up again. So, let's put it into a public speaking scenario. If I said to you on day one of a course, okay, this afternoon you're going to do a 1 hour presentation with no notes at all. You'll probably look at me going, far out, no way that's happening, all right? But if I want to scaffold it, well, I'm probably going to do it like this. All right, folks, on Friday, you guys, you'll do a 1 hour presentation with no notes, but we're going to get you there. So it's going to be so simple, so easy. It'll be a breeze by the time you get there. And we're going to start out and we're going to do a 30-second presentation. A 30-second presentation right now, no notes, right? You'll be like, okay, cool, I can handle that. Next, we're going to do a 45-second presentation. No notes, right? Then we're going to step back and we're going to review our wins and what we did well. Also from there, I'm then going to give you a structure to follow. Then I'm going to talk to you about following that structure and, speaking for 1 minute with that structure. Then I'm going to get you to use that structure for a 2-minute presentation. 2 minutes. I think you can handle that. Then we're going to step back and we're going to have a chat about what's working well, what's not working well. Then we're going to go for 4 minutes. 4 minutes, right? We're going to amp up the difficulty level or the length of the presentation each time, each round. But also we're going to step back and we're going to think, okay, what's going well, and how we're going to make it even better every single time. So by the time we get to Friday, we've practiced so much and we've gotten so many wins on the board that it's been so well structured that by the time you get to Friday, you're like, yeah, cool, I can handle that. I can do that. That's no problem, right? But the majority of training out there, whenever something has gone wrong or whenever a student is struggling, learner or audience member, it's typically because there hasn't been enough incremental increase in difficulty over that period of time of teaching. Okay? So great trainers, presenters, great mentors of mine and people I have obsessively learnt from have shown me one critical skill that they've got that they've been able to deploy every single training. And that is the training skill of scaffolding. Scaffolding. What a crazy idea, right? They will put me, or I put people into scenarios that they feel comfortable around. They can complete the task. They look back and go, wow, I just did that. Wow, I've got an ounce of new confidence. Wow, I did something that I didn't think I could do before, but I just did it. And now I'm ready for the next thing. I'm ready for the next thing. Unfortunately though, a lot of trainers are not so consciously aware of a learner's ability levels, skill levels, self-confidence perceptions, and they will drop them into the hardness or the difficulty too soon. People go in it and they go, whoa, can't handle it. And then they pull the eject button and they go, far out, I can't handle this training, right? So here's the deal. For me, I'm very consciously aware of all the times that I've ever been untrained, unscaffolded. What I mean by that is I've been in environments where people have dropped me in the deep end too soon, and it's okay to occasionally do that if you are then going to step all the way back and go, okay, cool. How did you feel in that moment? What was going on for you? And then you take them back to zero and build them back up again, right? So the deal is, if you're going to teach anything to anyone, please scaffold, please take them back to zero, and please work on the very small incremental places and pieces that people need to get before they can get to a place of I guess understanding and neutrality, so that they can take one step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time. As soon as you walk too far, then you lose them, and then you need to go back and you need to pick them back up again. All right. So this is my little rant, semi-teaching on the world of scaffolding. Now, I go to a lot of martial arts classes. A lot of the instructors, extremely good on scaffolding, right? They can build things up. Other instructors, not so great on the old scaffolding. And which classes do you think I'm attending more of? Which instructors do you think I like more of? And I throw that out there because guaranteed there are people that have taught you that you're like, oh, I like that one. One of the reasons for that is probably because they scaffolded their lessons, their trainers, their training, their workshop. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. I can do that. You know, I got a sense of self-confidence. I can hammer that nail, and I've got, yep, step one, I've got that sorted. Step two, I got that sorted, right? For me, great trainers, they can just scaffold really well. But unfortunately, it's not really a skill that we train people on. It's a skill that we acquire. And a lot of people that scaffold well don't even know that they're scaffolding well. Anyway, folks, I don't know, I'm not going to plug my workshop, so to speak, but you know, if you hang out with me, you know you're going to get some good scaffolding. On the note, folks, have an amazing day, have an amazing workshop, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.